So I'm going to start getting back on track. I am going to start with a video that I've really wanted to do for a long time. I think being in lockdown has really influenced this video. Parent guilt. So whether you suffer with anxiety, with depression, chronic pain, mental health, a disability, makes you feel guilty. I mean, not just as in, I feel bad, as in like, it's kind of soul destroying in a way, I guess, that kind of guilt. The kind of guilt that you really can't shake off, that you start punishing yourself for, that you doubt yourself for, you question yourself. And I have done this a lot to myself. Not just recently, I done it a lot to myself in the very beginning of Fibro because I didn't quite understand. And then I learned to adapt. I gave myself credit for actually getting myself out of the fibromyalgia funk and my depression. I went against my pride with my mobility. I got crutches, then to a walking stick. I got a trolley dolly, which I've absolutely been so grateful for in lockdown. And then I had to remind myself, I had to learn to remind myself that I had to give myself a bit of credit that I was actually trying to do something better for mine and my daughter's life. I wasn't just lying there and giving in to my chronic pain. I was actually trying to make compromises, which was a really hard thing to do at first because you're trying to learn your new body, and at the same time you're also trying to learn your new limits, new capabilities. So I think that's really important to, well, encourage ourselves and actually give ourselves credit when it's due. There's not always going to be someone around to give you credit and to say, hey, don't forget you done that. Hey, don't forget you done this. And, you know, you achieved that and you used to be like this and you're not like this anymore. It's going to be you. It needs to be you. You have to learn to give yourself credit but not use it as an excuse, because it's acknowledgement isn't an excuse. So as in, what I mean and what I'm trying to say is that, okay, I was in a really bad way at the beginning and I've come this far. So when it hits me again, instead of me just going, oh, well, you know, I done it last time, like, I'll just, you know, you've got to give me credit, like, let me just be here how I am, because, you know, I've done all that in the past. You can't do that. You can't, because you'll just dig yourself a big hole. You'll then give yourself excuses and go, oh, I done it last time, so, you know, I'll take my time. And yes, you do need to take your time, and we are individuals, we are all different, so it is going to be completely different timescales. The amount of people I have message me and say, hey, how did you do all this? And I'm like, it's time management, but it's personal time management. I done it this way, but it could be completely different for you. But the whole parent guilt, it's a journey. And me, I have been at the bad stage. I learnt my parent guilt and learned to acknowledge and, you know, congratulate myself and make myself realise my achievements. Got the parent guilt again, and I'm having to learn this paving slab. It is hard, and I think I am going to constantly be repeating those steps throughout the rest of my life, because it's so easy to forget what we've learnt. For me, I don't know, lockdown has been good. Obviously, physically, I am very lucky to be where I am with fibromyalgia. I'm in a good place with it, that it doesn't really affect me. But I have been suffering, actually, with pain from, I think many people do actually, from the messages I've had, lots of people suffer with it, and it's the pain underneath my feet. So we've been going for lots and lots and lots of walks, and I mean like 2-hour walks at a time. My daughter suffered quite badly with the lockdown. She suffers with anxiety anyway and a few other things, and it really triggered things off. So I've really been trying to encourage her to get out of the house, but some days I can't be as adventurous as I would, say, you know, the week before, like climbing a tree and stuff. And my daughter's like, hey, come on, mum, you know, let's have an adventure. Let's like climb trees today. And I'm like, I can't do it today. There has been a couple of days where the stress of lockdown has triggered some of my fibro off, and which has affected me physically. So I have had a few days where I was snappy. I just didn't have it in me to do the things that my daughter wanted to do. So I found that I had quite a few days of saying, no, sorry, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. And come the evening, I was absolutely gritting myself because I felt awful. I knew I couldn't do it, but I knew I had to rest. I knew the quicker I rested, then the quicker I recuperated and I would be back on track. But it still didn't stop that feeling of getting into bed and just absolutely breaking my heart. I couldn't forgive myself. I felt like I didn't have an excuse. I wasn't doing much. And also, like I say, stress is the biggest trigger for fibro sufferers. It really is. And it is mine. Stress is my demon. I stay away from it as much as I possibly can. So that also annoyed me that I had let stress get to me enough that it started affecting me. And so I was just lying there night after night after night. I couldn't sleep. I would cry and cry and cry. And I'd feel awful. Absolutely awful. And then I try making it up. But my daughter was so good, she understands. And so the more then that she turned around and was like, it's okay, mum, it's cool, it's fine, I love you, you're great, you're amazing, look at what you've done. And that makes you feel even worse. I mean, you sit there and go, oh my God, I've got this really understanding kid. And it's just guilt, it eats you alive. I think parent guilt with a chronic illness is one of the worst emotions that I could go through. I think as a parent, you always strive to achieve. And for me personally, everything I have done with fibro from the very beginning to where I am now is for my daughter for many, many, many reasons. So not is it just the part of I want to be that energetic, vibrant mum that she grew up with for the first 6 years of her life. Go roller skating, rollerblading, riding a bike, going playing in the park, even doing gym together. We work out together. It's doing those things, we go to the woods and suddenly we'll start running and playing, and I want to be that mum. I also want to do things like, Tough Mudder and running and that with my daughter, because that's what she wants to do when she's older as well. And so I'd love the thought of being able to actually do that with her. But the biggest part, the biggest reason that I do what I do is because I want to show her that nothing can stop you. Like nothing. You have control. You may have barriers. You may have brick walls thrown up at you. But anything with the right mind frame and the determination, you will get some kind of result out of it. It may not be the one that you dreamed of. I mean, I never sat there when I was younger and thought, oh my God, yeah, do you know what? Before I'm 30, I'm going to be on crutches with a walking stick and I'm going to have a chronic illness. No, I didn't think that at all. But I had to make compromises. I had to adapt. And I have to remind myself when I get into the bog of parent guilt that I do my very best, and I really do. And I have to remind myself that, hey, it's okay to get snappy. Like everyone gets snappy. So the minimal amount that I get snappy when I'm in chronic pain is acceptable. Just the same as when my daughter has an off day with her anxiety and she gets snappy at me. I'm thinking, well, hey, crap, she's around me 24/7. She's allowed that, the same as I am. And I have to remind myself how far I've come because of her. So no matter how much my bad days, make me feel as guilty as they do. And I don't think that's ever going to change, because I think that's down to who you are as a person, as to how affected you are. Unfortunately, is what it is. If you don't really care as much for others as say others do, then it won't affect you as much. But if you are that kind of person that does, you know, really genuinely care about others and how you affect others, you're really going to be affected by that guilt. There's nothing that can stop that. That's just part of being human. But you can remind yourself of those things that you've achieved. There is nothing wrong. And I really want to stress this, because sometimes people with chronic illnesses and that, you have advocates out there like myself who, yes, I am very strong-willed, I am very outspoken, I am out there, I will say it as it is. Some people are not going to like it. Some people don't like the truth. But the truth can't hurt you, because the truth can never change. And it is okay, completely okay, to put out there what you have achieved, no matter how big or small. It does not have to be a 10k run. It does not have to be Tough Mudder. And I say this to people. I have had ladies who have messaged me and, you know, for years they haven't been able to do their own gardening. And then suddenly, hey presto, they've been able to get into the garden for just half an hour for one day. You know what? Congratulations, because that's massive. You know, be proud of that. Put a picture on your social media of your gardening that you have just done. Remind yourself what you have just done, because that is the only way that we get through these times. That is the only way that we feel okay and that we can climb out of it. We can have those bad days and it's okay to feel guilty, but we have to be positive. We have to give ourselves a positive mind. We cannot rely on somebody else, because number one, that's not fair to put that responsibility on someone else. I wouldn't even put that on my daughter or my partner. It's not their responsibility to pick me up. I can't stop them helping pick me up when I fall on a bad day. They will always do their utmost to make sure that I get up and that I'm comfortable and that I'm okay. But it is down to me. It is down to me to get my head in focus and say, do you know what? Shake it off, get over it, pick yourself up, and we're going to do this. Because you can, because you have done it, and it's okay. It's okay to trip over, to get muddy, you know, flick that mud off, wipe that sweat away, and remind yourself just how strong you are. It takes a lot of strength to get where we are with any chronic illness, any pain for 24/7, Jesus. I really, years ago, thought, yeah, there were times when I thought, oh my God, there's no way I'm going to be able to do the rest of my life feeling this. But you know what now? Yes, there is. I go through a whole crap load of different emotions, but yes, there is a way, and I am going to do it, and I can do it, and I am doing it, and you can do it too. I have loads of you guys following me, and you message me, and I love hearing your stories. You know, I have women message me and say, oh my God, you know, I haven't run in years, and I joined a running club. I didn't make it the whole way the first go, but I done it. I was afraid, I done it. Bloody congratulations. That is amazing. That's an amazing step to actually get out there. The beginning is the hardest part. You know, some days I can't even do my gardening. Yet, look at what I've achieved. Every day is going to be different. Months can make a massive difference. We can go down or we can go up. But either way, it's down to us to keep smiling and just go with the flow. You know, if we're going down, we're going down. But it's okay, because there is only one way from there, and that is up. And that's the best part. Sod the guilt. It's okay. You are only human. You are only a parent. We can snap. We can have an off day. I mean, Jesus, homeschooling. Wow, I'm doing homeschooling for an SEN grammar student. I've never even been a teaching assistant. So it's a whole different level of stress. But it's okay. And do you know what? Like I said to my neighbour this morning, as stressful as it's been and as guilty as I've felt and as snappy as I have been doing it, I'm going to miss it. I am. Because the achievements that me and my daughter have made, the circles that we have constantly been running around like hamsters, we have broken. We are making changes. We are learning ourselves and we are adapting, and it is okay. I tell her when she has a bad day, it's okay. It's fine. We all have bad days. But I just have to remind myself that as well, just the same as you do. We all have bad days and it's okay. As long as we put things right. We can't treat people badly just because we're having a bad day. But if we do, like myself, I snap, I own it. You own it, you apologise, you make it right. And people understand. And they do understand. The right people understand, should I say. The right people will understand. Because they will want to. But hey, you're amazing. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. Chill out. It's fine. It's hunky-dory. Shake it off. And see you next time. Bye!